What's going on, YouTube? Welcome on in. I'm the Brotator Chip, and today we are playing Obsideo, as Obsideo has just had a massive update that has updated its game from Unity Engine to Unreal 5, and it has new game mechanics, new weather, and new Steam achievements as well. So there's a lot of stuff going on. And if you don't know what Obsideo is, it's another type of ghost hunting game. It's been basically in hiatus for about a year and a half because the developer kind of disappeared away AWOL, but they're back now, and they've done this massive update, and they said they're going to be sticking around to update the game a lot in the future. One of the most exciting things that's coming in the near future is the developer is going to allow the community to mod the game, which is very interesting. There's no other ghost hunting game in existence that has allowed that to my knowledge. So that could be huge for community gameplay for any ghost hunting game if others follow suit in that trend. So we'll see. But right now, this is again a ghost hunting investigation game with exorcism and anomaly spotting. So it's a little bit of everything. So I'm going to try my best to explain what this game's all about, but what do we say we get into it? Let's go ahead. We're inside of a private lobby right now. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maps. I'm going to go ahead and do the first one, and we're going to go ahead and start the game. You play as a priest that is trying to exorcise a ghost inside the location. By the way, there are character customizations that you do unlock the higher level you are, so there is a little something there for you if you're interested in that. So, first things first, before we even get into gameplay, let's go ahead and hit the tab button and look at this whole thing we got going on here. There's a lot of stuff in here, so I want to start first. And we're going to start first by going to the Ghost Eliminator tab at the top right. We're going to work our way across. So, Ghost Eliminator tab. Now, these are all the interactions and anomalies that can happen inside the location from the ghost. So if we scroll through these, there's a lot of stuff here. There is a lot. And that's one of the reasons this game became so popular back in the day, is because it let people know what developers could be capable of in allowing ghost interactions to be super cool. So let's just stop one real quick. Kills all the houseplants. That's really rad. Steals all the rugs. Can you imagine if your ghost was in your house and it stole all your rugs? Like, what? That would be insane. Stole my rugs. Filled the bathtub with blood. Throws a scythe at you. Fake hunt. A fake hunt. Fills the kitchen sink with blood. I think one here is even like it rains blood. Drips blood from the ceiling. Like, there's so much stuff happening in this game. It could be overwhelming. Now, one of the things I will say is one of the biggest pain points for me is that this list does not have a search bar. It used to when it was on Unity. It doesn't anymore. I hope they fix that. I hope he figures out how to get a search bar in here now that the game is on an Unreal 5 engine. So, let's go ahead over now to the Ghost Wiki. Oh, by the way, if you start getting evidences, as you start clicking on different things inside of your journal, it's going to narrow down what ghost type you have down here. So, based on these two evidences alone, I would have a shade. So, that's how you figure out your ghost. The anomalies that happen and the interactions that happen are what determine your ghost type. So if I had a shade, I would go to the Ghost Wiki now, and I would look at shade, and it would say exorcism items that you need in the location to exorcise the demon: holy water and candle. And it tells you all of the common, uncommon, rare, and extremely rare interactions that ghosts can do in any given round. So very cool there. So let's go ahead and go back now. I'm gonna uncheck anything from this list here so I don't confuse myself, because I will. Then at the very end of the round, make sure you lock your ghost in here when you know your ghost type in the Select Ghost tab. Now, we're gonna go to Ghost Clues now. If I go in the location and I get EMF 5 in Spirit Box, it's gonna fill out stuff that I have to do in my exorcism steps in order to exorcise that ghost. So you see here now, turn off breaker, and put the doll in the ghost room. But if I uncheck these, there's no steps anymore in the exorcism steps. So the more stuff you have here, the more exorcisms you do have. So you have to do all this stuff to prepare for the exorcism. So it's a very methodical and a process in order to get the game correct. So we're going to uncheck all these things now, and we're going to start the round. Oh, one last thing, actually. This heart rate lets you know your character's heart rate. So the higher your heart rate is, the more vulnerable your character is, and the more likely the entity is to hunt you. The lower your heart rate, the less likely the entity is to hunt you. So that is the big distinction there. Phasmophobia has sanity. This game has heart rate, and you have to lower your heart rate by exiting the location. And we'll show that during the gameplay. So first things first, everything here on the left side is all for core evidences. Everything on the right side is for exorcism. You don't need any of this stuff over here until later on in the round, so don't worry about that. We're going to start here first. You can only carry one item at a time. I know it sucks, but hopefully they change that in the future. It's one of the things I'm going to recommend to the developer to change, is let us pick up numerous objects at the same time. I recommend highly to start with the thermometer. Let's find the coldest room in the location. The coldest room will be the ghost room, and you have to conduct your exorcism in the coldest room in the location as well. Normal temperatures in here. Go check downstairs. The basement. These little cupboards here that you see, anything that looks like, you know, like a cupboard or a wardrobe or something, you could go up to them and you see this little closet icon. You hit the H button. It'll allow you to hide. H, as in Hector, is the hide button. Then you go ahead and hit H again to leave the hiding spot. That's for whenever it starts hunting. Got a TV down here. I know that's one of the anomalies that could happen. Pretty warm temperatures down here, too. Going to the master bedroom. 7 degrees Celsius in here. Okay, okay. A little bit colder. I think we're getting closer. Oh, 8. What about this little closet here? Could this be it? 2 degrees in here. Okay. Possibly. We're definitely getting in the right direction. Oh, negative. We got freezing temps. He's in the bathroom here. Negative. No, that's 9. What about over here? This bedroom? It's 3. I definitely saw a freezing temp. Is it this bedroom right here then? It's gotta be the last one. Last one you check, right? Negative 18. This is the one. This is the room. So we're gonna go into ghost clues, and we got freezing temp. So right there, exorcism step gets added to the journal. So we have our first piece of evidence right here in this room. And the coldest temperature of the location is where you're gonna do your exorcism later. It's where the ghost is, and that's where you're gonna do their exorcism. And I believe on the normal difficulty in this game, the ghost never changes its favorite room, so you don't have to worry about that. Next up, we're going to bring in Music Box. Now, the evidence in this game is very straightforward. All you have to do, for the core evidence anyway, all you have to do is bring this stuff into the room, and it almost happens immediately. So no Music Box. So there's no delayed evidence. You don't have to wait for things to happen, except for maybe a ghostwriting book, but it should happen by the time you walk back to the room again. It'll be in there. Heart rate is now in the orange zone, so that means that the ghost was likely to hunt me there. But now it's getting back into the green, so that's good. You want to keep your heart rate in the green if you don't want the ghost to hunt you. That's very important. And I also want to let everybody know that just because you have a lot of activity somewhere in the location does not mean that's where the ghost is. Definitely make sure you find the coldest room no matter what. So there's no radiation in here. This is a Geiger counter. I turn it off and on by left clicking. There's no radiation in this room, so no radiation either. Cool, cool. Next up, let's bring in, like, the writing book. We want to get that in sooner rather than later, I believe. Got it. Walking back in. And as you're kind of walking in and out, you want to keep an eye on if anything is changing. Anything is changing in the location. Anything suspicious. Haven't noticed anything yet, but it's only a matter of time. All right, books down in the room. So I want to make sure I am still here. -1. Where's that -18 I had just a second ago? -15, okay. Maybe it's a little bit more in this corner. There we go. I think the ghost is like right here, right in that spot. So I'm going to move this over just a little bit. By the way, if you hit shift, it will sprint, and there is no stamina, so you can sprint infinitely, which is amazing. I love it. I'm so tired of stamina in ghost hunting games. This is the spirit box. We're going to left click to turn it on. You're going to hear that little hissing sound, that little radioactivity, and we're going to go ahead in the room, and we're going to drop it on the floor, and you may hear paranormal sounds come out of it, like crying or growling or stuff like that. That would be spirit box. There it is. There it is. We got spirit box. Cool. Heart rate's now 118. We're getting a little bit more in the orange. So the next one, I'm going to maybe hang outside for a couple seconds just to let it drop down a little bit. And one of the things I hope to see the game do is to give you some sort of pill or some sort of maybe object that's going to lessen your heart rate for you, because one of the biggest pain points of this game is you're constantly waiting for your heart rate to drop when you're outside the location. So the heart rate drops when you're outside. You can see it slowly coming down, but the moment you're inside, it goes up. Your character gets more flustered, more nervous, and that makes you more vulnerable to a ghost hunt. So you have to watch out for that constantly. Going back in with the EMF reader. The EMF reader is only going to be evidence if you have EMF 5. If it's EMF 4 or anything less, it's not evidence. So that's 4. Let's get a little bit closer to the room and see. It's still talking that spirit box. That kind of caught me off guard. Turn the lights on. EMF 4. We do have writing. We have writing in the book. You can see the bloody handprint right there. And all I'm getting is EMF 4. So no EMF readings. but we do have ghost writing. Turn on some lights as well, just to get it lit up here so we can see. Double tap that. Turn that one on as well, and this one. So we got some room, we can see. Next up, we're going to bring in the dots projector. You left-click the dots projector to turn it on, and it has a very, very bright green range to it. Now, the only thing to give you dots is if the green icon turns to red. If the light turns red, you do have dots evidence. You don't have to look for anything else. You're just looking for a color change of the dots. So if we come back and that green dots is turned red, we have dots. And I'm going to turn off this spirit box because it's kind of creeped me out. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie to you. So we're going to go back outside. I think we have one more item to bring inside. I believe it is the REM pod. So when you left-click the REM pod, it has a little red icon in the middle. And the way you know if you have REM pod successfully is the 4 dots on the outside are going to glow up. All right, it is hunting. It is hunting. It is possible for the ghost to hunt when you're not in the location. And it's hunting because my heart rate is in the orange. So it's deciding to hunt me because it can at this point in time. See if we can see it. It cannot get you outside. It cannot come outside. I know that's a very popular question for ghost hunting games. The ghost cannot come outside, but it can do interactions outside. It can make it rain blood. It can dig you graves. You can have tombstones out here. It can make birds appear. So there's stuff that could happen outside. You got to keep an eye out for it. I do hear it. Sounds like it's over there behind that closed door, unfortunately, so I can't see it from this spot. The red blinking on the flashlight is what tells you it is hunting. When the red blinking stops on your flashlight, the hunt is over. So that's how you know. And of course, when it starts hunting, the door locks like in any other ghost hunting game. So, all right, we got the REM pod on. I'm going to drop it on the ground. I'm going to drop it on the ground. If you hit C, you'll crouch down. And we're going to see if it interacts with that, if it lights up any lights. I might leave it alone for right this second. Let's see if we can start finding any anomalies, any interactions in the house that may allude to what ghost we have here. Let me see, back here, nothing here. We'll start kind of roaming about a little bit. So here's one of the hiding spots as well. This is a hiding spot too. You can see the little closet icon. And if I hit the H button, I would get inside there. Nothing here. I know one of the anomalies is a cracked bathroom mirror. So you can see here, the bathroom mirror has some cracks in it. So that is an anomaly. Whenever I have to be inside my journal, I usually go outside. That way I could be productive in my journal and drop my heart rate at the same time. Kind of just, you know, multitasking, if you will. So we're going to see if we can find cracked bathroom mirror right here. So that's a Yuri. I like to call it a Pontiac. I know it's not, that's what it's called, but I'm going to call it a Pontiac, a Shade, and a Rizalka. So we got 4 ghost options just for that one interaction. So that's amazing. Make sure when you go ahead and you click off here, you don't left click, you hit the escape button. Because if you accidentally left click in this journal, it'll select something. So if I'm left clicking all the way out to the right here, it still selects knocks books off bookshelf. So hit the escape button, don't hit your left click button to get out of that menu. Little tip that I learned. All right, we're going back in, see if we see anything else. Let's go check out the kitchen. The oven is off. There's nothing in the sink. The TV is on. The TV's on. That's a good one. All right. So we're going to go into our ghost eliminator. Find turns on TV. Right up here. So we got the Pontiac, the Shade, and the Rizalka. So we got 3 ghost options now. Instead of 4, we have 3. Anything else look a little amiss? I thought I saw something else at one point, but I don't remember what it was. This tree looks alive. Those plants are alive, so it hasn't killed the houseplants. Killing all the houseplants is actually one of the potential interactions. I see the rugs are still here, so it hasn't stolen the rugs. And I haven't... Oh, wait. Do you see? Do you see something leaking from the ceiling? What is that? Interesting. It's like a red substance coming from the ceiling. Is that happening outside or is that just inside? Just inside. Okay. So there's 2 things here. One of them is rain's blood. And when I've experienced that, it comes from the sky and you can even see it outside. I only see this happening inside in one select location. So I'm wondering if that means it's bleeding from the ceiling, which I believe is another type of interaction inside the journal here. Let's see. Rain's blood, no. Let's see if we can find something from ceiling. Looking for the word ceiling. I'm terrible at scanning this menu. Let's go down to the bottom. Drips blood from ceiling. So that would be this ghost right here. Drips blood from ceiling. If that is what I'm actually seeing, that's what it is. And if you're ever not sure if that's what you're experiencing or not, I would suggest finding another thing and then seeing if it makes sense. Because if I experience something else and it says I have no ghost possible, then I know for sure that it's not what I was experiencing. And I was just jumping to conclusions, or I got the wrong type of anomaly. So is there anything else here that I could use to kind of double check myself? It knocked a picture off the wall. I actually don't know where that picture came from, but let's say it knocked painting off wall. Knocks painting off wall? That is nothing now. That is nothing. Could it be that it floated the painting? The Pontiac does have an option to float the painting, so that could be it. It's a hard distinction whether it's a floating painting or a knocked off the wall painting, because you have to kind of figure out where did it come from. And I guarantee it came from over here, it floated, and then it dropped. Because it doesn't look like it came from this area. But we're going to keep looking anyway. Let me go see if the REM pod ever went off. I'm going to go double check that right now. The REM pod is not going off. Okay, so I think all of the evidence we have right now is the evidence we're going to have for the round. So that would mean that we have to find the Russian nesting doll, which is a doll that looks like it's colored yellow and red, and we have to burn the spirit book in the fireplace, and we have to light 3 candles. So let's do this right now. I'm going to take this book with the handprint. I'm going to burn it in the fireplace. So let's go into the living room. Turn it on by left-clicking. Or no, I think you have to hit F to turn it on. F is the button. Then drop it in the fireplace. And boom, it's gone. That's one of the exorcism steps right now. So even without knowing the ghost, I could do that preemptively to get myself ready for it. It's probably going to start hunting soon, but that's okay. I kind of want to show the hunt off as well. So we're not going to potentially get out of here just a second. I'm going to keep looking for anomalies and stuff of that nature. Throws plates. That's a plate on the ground. It's hunting now. I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to meet it. I'm going to show you guys what the hunt looks like. It's a spectral figure right now. It's a spectral figure. And I got to be honest, the ghost hunts are not that scary. There's no line of sight speed. They're fairly slow. And they're easy to loop if you have a looping spot like this right here. They're just kind of hard to see because it is a see-through the entity. So I just looped it real quick. And now if I want to, I can go ahead downstairs or to any hiding spot and just go to a cupboard and get in. Now, I know what you're thinking. Does the ghost know that my flashlight is blinking right now? The answer is no, it does not. That is for you to know if the ghost is hunting or if it's not hunting. So the ghost does not know that is occurring. So you don't have to worry about turning that off. Okay. I'm kind of confident that it's the ghost that I have right now, but I also don't want to be wrong. So let's just see here real quick. If we do have the ghost in question that I think we do, what will we need to bring inside to exercise this thing? So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Ghost Wiki. We're going to go to the ghost we have in the ghost selector, this one right here, and we're going to click on it. And this is going to tell you all the common, uncommon, rare, and extremely rare interactions that the ghost could do. These are all the things that it could do. They can turn on the TV, throw the plates, knock the books off the bookshelves, throw bloody knives, and smash his bathroom mirrors. To be honest, all of the common things here have happened except for throwing bloody knives. So possibly this is correct. But we need to, for the exorcism to take place, we need a crucifix and a chalice. So I'm going to go get those 2 things right now. Crucifix. And we're going to drop it in the center of the room where we have to do our exorcism. Remember that coldest spot in the room? That's where we're going to drop our stuff. So chalice. So no crucifix, and we got to go get the chalice. We're going back. Chalice. Running. It's hunting. Oh, it's gonna come from there. Incoming. Walking it down the hallway. Gotta take our ghost for a walk. Gotta take our ghosty for a walk here. Let's go. Come on, ghost, you want a chalice? I'll give you a drink. You get a little too close. I don't like it, ghost. I don't like how it's walking like that. It's got its legs crossed like it's got to pee. Like if you were like trying to get into your front door at home and you had to take a piss. It's kind of like that. It's doing the pee-pee dance. You know what I'm talking about. Everybody's done it at one point or another. Still got blood leaking from the ceiling over here. It's making its way downtown, walking fast, faces pass. I'm going to get inside here just in case it actually makes it to me. My heart rate is now high into the orange area, and it's going to turn dark red here soon. Drop my chalice on the ground. Those are the two things that I need to be able to exorcise this ghost right here. What do we need for exorcism steps? Burn the spirit books. I did that already. I got to find the doll. Somewhere in this location. It could be anywhere. The doll is like the bone in Phasmophobia. You have to find it. It's going to be hidden somewhere. Not too hidden, but it'll be there. So let's see if we can find it. Looking for a doll. It's a little Russian nesting doll. One of those dolls where you open it up and there's another one on the inside and you're like, is it ever going to end? There it is right there. Here it is. We got it. Let's go drop this in the ghost room. That's one of our exorcism steps. Please don't hunt on top of me. Please don't hunt on top of me. Dropped in the room. And then we're going to do light 3 or more candles in the house. We could do that for sure. But first, we're going to go outside. Oh, nice. We just made it outside. We made it out before the hunt started. I think I might have just bugged the game. I think we broke it. I think the door is wide open. Let's see. Can we get the ghost to walk outside? Oh, hey. Ghost, we're going to walk outside. Is that cool with you? Here we go. Bye. Goodbye, ghost. Oh, it just turned around. Hello. If I shut the door, will it let me open it again? No. So I made it out just in time. It started hunting the moment I was leaving the house. That's awesome. That's so funny. All right. We're going to go do this. I always forget to do this step. Please don't forget to do this step. If you know you have the ghost, or we think we have the ghost here, we got to lock it in the select ghost tab. So we're going to find that ghost. We're going to click on it. And it's done. It's locked in. That is our ghost. And now remember, when you start your exorcism, it says once you're confident you have completed all these steps, place the Bible in the ghost room. So only do that when all these steps are done, you have it in the ghost tab, and you think you're done. That's it. Don't do it before that, because you're going to get the ghost wrong. So, all right, we got to light 3 or more candles. And then once we do that, we're going to drop the book here in the room. And when we drop the book in the room, the Bible, it'll officially start the exorcism. So let me find some candles. I gotta light them real quick. There's candles just naturally throughout the house. So you just gotta find them. Probably a couple here in this bedroom, I'd imagine, the master bedroom. Some mood lighting, you know how it is. 2. One more. One more, please. 3. That's 3 candles. All right, let's do this, everybody. I'm gonna try. So we're gonna drop this book right now. The exorcism is starting. You can see it's here. It's crying in pain. Now, there's 2 things that are going to happen. It's either going to laugh at me and it's going to hunt me, meaning that the exorcism was wrong and I did something incorrectly, or it's going to disappear and it means the exorcism was correct. Please be correct. Let's go. It did it. All right. So it's gone. There's no more. That's the end of the game. Now, if you were to get it wrong, you would have to basically hide and try not to die during the last hunt and then make it out. And when you got back to the lobby, it would tell you what you got wrong. So let's go ahead. We're going to go to the truck. You're going to hit F on this sheet here, and it's going to take you back to the lobby. And it's going to let you know the ghost type, if you exercised it correctly, and anything you might have missed. We did it. So if you got something wrong, there'd be a long list here that tell you every step that you missed and what you didn't do. But we don't have anything, so we got a perfect game. We got the ghost type, and we got an exercise ghost. That is a perfect game for sure. So again, this game is surely not without bugs. There's definitely bugs that exist in this game, but I am hopeful and confident that the developer is going to continuously keep working on it to improve it. It's a very young indie developer. It's a solo developer, and they have showed nothing but a lot of promise to be able to further this game. Now, I know that there was a long hiatus with no content. Hopefully it doesn't happen again, but I know I went to their Discord, their official Discord, and I put a bunch of suggestions, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully the game keeps progressing, but I gotta say, at a base level, this game is like $9.50 right now on Steam. Very, very cheap. Co-op indie horror game, ghost hunting, and it's definitely a little different. It brings the anomaly spotting and interactions together with finding evidence. So it's kind of like Phasmophobia meets like Death Watchers right now. If you played that recently, that's another new game right now that maybe I'll do a video on very soon. But I definitely think this game is worth checking out. It seems good. The gameplay is fun, and I think it's only going to get better from here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed watching. Let me know if you have any comments in the comment section. Definitely make sure you drop a sub and follow for more content, as we're always going to keep playing indie horror games. And thank you so much for watching, everybody. Have a great night, and until I see you next time, stay crispy.